Alright guys, this is Rob from Southern Command Airsoft, and this is my G&G combat machine, M4 Ris. It shoots about 350 FPS, and it's got about 120 to 130 foot range on it. It is a carbine length, which means it's 363 millimeter internal barrel. This one is in tan. I do have a bipod foregrip attachment on it. It's not included, of course. You can get one for about 20 bucks. I got the gun and the bipod on Airsoft GI. It does have a crane stock on it. You open up the crane stock by pushing on the two clips on the back side of the butt pad. Lift it off. There's another piece on top there. Exposes the wire. Get I recommend a 9.6 volt, 1600 milliamp nunchuck style battery. It fits in there a little bit tight, but you get extended play with the 9.6 1600, and the 9.6 gives you a little bit increased rate of fire over an 8.4. The crane stock is a little bit tight, like I said, so you will not be able to keep the crane stock in this lowest position. You usually have to keep it about here or further back to fit the battery in there with enough room. This is for my sling. This is also not included. To access the hop-up unit, you have to open up this dust cover here. It's a little difficult. It doesn't flip down with the charging handle. Exposes your hop-up. All you have to do is turn it back for turning it off and push forward for more hop-up. It comes as is, basically. You get the carry handle rear sight. This front sight is not removable, but this rear one is. You turn these all the way counterclockwise and remove it to mount optics. I painted this flash hider black. The flash hider, if you want to mount a silencer, is a little difficult to get off. There's a screw here in the bottom you have to remove, and I recommend taking a pot of fairly warm water, sticking the barrel in there, and it'll melt the glue, and then you just have to twist it counterclockwise before the glue dries again. You get about, I'd say, 16 BBs a second with the 9.6. I would say it's probably safe with a LiPo, but it will tear up your motor. So if you go LiPo, go ahead and get like a Sistema turbo motor. But it does have incredible range, considering it's a carbine length M4. So at my field, I'm able to compete with the best of them. This is a very cheap, lightweight, nylon fiber M4. So it's real lightweight. You'll get really good range out of it. It's got a 6.03 millimeter tight bore pre-installed from the factory. If you do want to upgrade internals, such as your internal barrel or something like that, hop-up, bucking, whatever, all you have to do is pull this pin out right here, push that in with small knife, screwdriver, something like that. It'll pull out here. It won't come out all the way, but it'll come out to about there. And then what it's going to do is, it's going to, once you pull back the charging handle, this whole piece here is going to slide forward, exposing the hop-up unit, the bucking, and your barrel, which you'll be able to pull out. Sits right about there, and you just pull it out backwards. And then from there you can access the gearbox as well. I also recommend, as magazines are a little bit wobbly in here, to go ahead and get you some Velcro patches. You can fit them. I recommend putting one on the right inside there, and then put one in the back, so that you can fit your battery, your magazine, real snug inside there, so you feed properly. I did have some on the front here, but the magazine did not feed at all. So I recommend putting some padding on the back and the right side. This is the magazine that comes with the gun. It's tan just like the gun. It's a 450 round high cap from G&G. It is a little bit glitchy. I've had some problems with it misfiring and feeding. Although it does work pretty well with the gun. I think it might just be a little bit too much weight when it's full, so it wants to slide out of your gun a little bit so it doesn't feed right. But with these pads as well, the gun is made for no pads, so it does fit in there really snug. So you have no wobble whatsoever in the magazine there. But I recommend getting these 300 round high cap single winds from G&G, or excuse me, JG. They're pretty hard to find, but you only have to wind them once, and they are very reliable. They as well fit pretty snug in here, but like I said, the reason I have the pads in there is so you don't have any wobble, so they all fit pretty snug. And they're not tan, but it does accent my foregrip, the buffer tube, and the barrel pretty well with the black and tan. It blends in pretty well. And these JG 300 round high caps are very reliable magazines. I have 2 of them myself, and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. I also recommend getting these Tenergy 1600 milliamp nunchuck batteries for the gun. A lot of batteries, like this one, have this have a wire on the bottom as well. It's a little difficult to fit in the crane stock. This, of course, does not have any, so they fit in very snug. But you won't have a problem with them. They perform very well. 1600 milliamps will get you through 2-3 hours of play, depending on how heavy of a trigger finger you have. And I think that about does it for the end of the review. I will have a shooting video up probably tomorrow on my gun because I play tomorrow. So enjoy.